Welcome to Liverpool Report, your go-to for daily Liverpool FC news, transfers and match updates. If you're a true Red, hit subscribe and join the family. You'll never walk alone. It's all but confirmed. Florian Wirtz is on the brink of becoming Liverpool's most expensive signing ever, with German media declaring the blockbuster move from Bayer Leverkusen practically done. After coming through Germany's UEFA Nations League fixtures unscathed, the 22-year-old playmaker is now expected to complete a $180 switch to Anfield just of Leverkusen's £100 million valuation. With both clubs finalising terms in a deal built on mutual respect, Wirtz is reportedly set to sign a 5-year contract before heading off on holiday as a Liverpool player. Fans could catch their first glimpse of the German star on July the 13th against Preston North End as Arneslot prepares to slowly integrate his marquee man into the Reds' new era. Florian Wirtz continues to close in on his record move to Liverpool, but in Germany, they are considering the transfer to be as good as done. Wirtz played the full 90 minutes in Stuttgart as Germany lost the UEFA Nations League third-place playoff 2-0 to France on Sunday, with German publication Bild claiming that both the Reds and Bayer Leverkusen must have breathed a sigh of relief that the 22-year-old came through the match unscathed. That is because Leverkusen are now counting on the deal to be done almost as much as Liverpool are, with the Bundesliga club now waiting on the final offer from the Reds following intense but amicable negotiations. Liverpool will offer around £180 million for Wirtz, making him the most expensive player ever signed by a British club. The deal will comprise of a fixed fee up front, said to be over £100, with the rest in a mixture of bonus payments. The offer still falls sort of the 120 sit-in that Bayer had been seeking for the outstanding player in the Bundesliga for the last 2 seasons. But an agreement between the clubs is widely expected to be reached. Bild add that Wirtz will sign a 5-year contract at Anfield to tie him to the club until 2030, and following the completion of the formalities of the deal, he will then head off on holiday as a Liverpool player. The German publication then go even further and claim that Wirtz will report for pre-season training with Liverpool on July 7th, before making his debut for the Reds in the pre-season friendly against Preston North End at Deepdale on July 13th. However, that isn't set in stone, and it may well be that Reds boss Arneslot opts to bring his players back for the new season, gradually depending on how much international football they have played over the summer. Wirtz played the full 180 minutes of Germany's Nations League matches against Portugal and France, and so he is likely to be slowly introduced to his new club by the Dutchman. After Preston, Liverpool's only other friendly matches currently scheduled are against AC Milan on July 26th and Yokohama F. Marinos on July the 30th, both on the club's pre-season tour of Japan. Wirtz is expected to be on the tour, and Liverpool could end up scheduling a European pre-season training camp before the Japan trip, as in previous summers. Gary Neville has praised Liverpool's recent work in the transfer window, but admitted he's surprised by their persistent pursuit of Florian Wirtz. The Premier League champions have already signed Jeremiafrimpong from Bayer Leverkusen and young goalkeeper Armin Pexi, who is expected to join the Reds' under-21 squad. Liverpool's summer spree doesn't stop there. They're on the verge of welcoming Wirtz and Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez, with the German attacker poised to set a record as both Liverpool's most expensive ever signing and potentially the priciest player in the history of British football. The Reds have reportedly made an offer totalling £113 million for the Leverkusen ace, who, despite his current club's 125 valuation, seems eager to join the Merseyside club. Neville discussed Liverpool's summer signings on the It's Called Soccer podcast, applauding the club for potentially nailing down 3 significant deals surprisingly early, and he spoke glowingly of the possible acquisition of Wirtz. Liverpool won the league 4 or 5 weeks ago, so they can start having their recruitment meetings very early, said the ex-Manchester United captain. I know all clubs do, but to involve your manager while you're going for a Premier League title is quite tough. So once they've won the title, they can be so focused. Wirtz would be a sensational signing. I think when you're talking about winning the league, what is it that improves you? The only thing that will improve you when you win the league is signing world-class players or players who have the potential to be world-class. So signing Wirtz is fantastic. He conceded that while he anticipates shrewd dealings from Liverpool in the transfer market, the sum they're willing to spend on Wirtz did catch him off guard. Jeremiafrimpong, and there's talks of Milos Kerkez, deals with their right and left back situations. So to get those three done, if they were to get them done quite quickly, would be smart business, but I wouldn't have expected anything else from Liverpool, he continued. Maybe slightly surprised they've gone so heavy in on Wirtz in terms of the fee. They don't normally go that big, but Arneslot deserves it, by the way. He waited 12 months for a player to sign. They signed Federicochiesa for very little money. So I think they have 2 years of money tanked up and banked up. Plus they have all the income guaranteed from next season with the Champions League. So I think supporting the manager is the right and only thing to do. Spain sensation Martin Zubimendi looks set to join the Premier League ranks next season, with Arsenal in advanced talks to secure his signature. And it was the Real Sociedad star's actions in rejecting Liverpool last summer that perhaps revealed a lot about his motivations coming to England. A move to the Emirates is believed to be on the verge of completion, though there may yet be a spanner in the works. That's following word that new Real Madrid manager Xabi Alonso wants to sign the player from under the nose of old friend Mikel Arteta instead. Zubimendi, 25, showcased his value after scoring in Sunday's UEFA Nations League final against Portugal. And although Spain eventually lost the decider on penalties, he underscored his qualities after playing the full 120 minutes for Luis de la Fuente's side. The coveted Spaniard has been on the radar of several top English clubs for the last year and a half, but it seems the Gunners are close to winning the chase. Despite Liverpool's previous attempt to entice Zubimendi to Anfield almost 12 months ago, it appears that Arsenal's persistence could soon pay off. Reflecting on his decision to snub Liverpool and stay with Sociedad, Zubimendi told reporters back in October 2024, "My philosophy is to do what I feel at all times. So far, things have gone well for me. It is true that there was a lot of noise. I went through uncomfortable moments. The best thing for me was to stay here at Real Sociedad, and I am happy and at peace. There is a lot of noise because of the press, but in the end, everything is easier than all that. Of course, I don't regret it. I can't think that after 4 or 5 games at the start of the season. I made my decision from within. I thought it was the best thing to do. The results don't affect me. I see potential in this team. You just have to watch us train, and I'm excited about having a good season." One can perhaps understand why some players may have been cautious about joining Liverpool in such a period of transition. At the time of their Zubimendi interest, the Reds had just bade farewell to Jurgen Klopp and faced an uncertain future. Then again, it could be that Zubimendi simply isn't fond enough of the Merseysiders to ditch his boyhood club, or perhaps he was simply holding out for an offer that interested him more, and Arsenal appear to meet the standard in that regard. Despite Liverpool's interest in nabbing Zubimendi, his choice to stay didn't stop Arneslot from winning a Premier League title in his debut campaign. Liverpool even came close to winning a treble of trophies before agonising losses in both the Champions League and Carabao Cup finals. Arsenal, by comparison, finished a distant second in the Premier League and only made it to the third round of the FA Cup. It looked as though Arteta's title drought might end in the Champions League, though both that and the Carabao Cup campaign came to an end in the semi-finals. Not that it appears to have deterred Zubimendi as a switch to North London moves within reach, and there may be one future rival he's particularly motivated to meet in the event he does move to England this summer.